Hello, everyone. Glammy and I are back and on time for tea time with John
Shocking.
and Glammy. So excited. I fixed my technical issues, so everything is good. And as you can see, I am broadcasting from home, so I get all the time in the world to talk. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah. And Glammy, what's going on with you? Where can we find you?
Princess Glammy on Twitter, and Princess Glammy on Facebook, and PrincessGlammy.com on the internet.
Absolutely. And of course, you can find all of us, Eric, Dana, and the whole gang at yourrealityrecaps.com, where you can see all of our content from Bravo to CBS, Big Brother. We're starting Blogging Survivor, Amazing Race. And with Dana, we are even doing the Canadian versions. We are all over North America. Please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Thumbs up our videos. It helps us out a lot. And if you're going to order through Amazon, order through our website first, because a little bit of that order helps us bring you all the content you love. All right, Glammy, we've got tons to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
We
Where
do.
do you want to start? Well, actually, we do more than North America because we do Australia too.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Which is the Real Housewives of Melbourne. Which okay, I'm now on a Dina break. Huh?
We're globally Bravo, we're global. CBS, we're North America.
There was it. That covers it.
Yeah.
And let's put some Scottish stuff in there too. I am now on Team Gina. What in the hell is Andrea thinking?
What did I tell you the last time we spoke?
Oh,
You were like,
she still looks like a hideous drag queen, but I'm completely on her side. What in the hell did she do that is causing all this?
Who doesn't like a drag queen, first of all?
I love drag queens, however, I don't like a woman dressing as a drag queen.
As long as I don't have to dress like it, I'm fine. I'll hang out. But listen, the biggest thing is, okay, so Gina's been late. And guys, we're talking about the Housewives of Melbourne. If you have any questions for us, tweet it to us at Comedy Jonah or at Princess Glammy and hashtag it with YRR, and we will answer your questions because I don't know how to use the updated comment tracker in Google Hangout. All right, so they had concerns about Gina being late all the time, about going in Andrea's bathroom and messing up all the towels with Oliver Tanner. But the biggest thing that they're upset about is being CC'd on that legal letter. So Gina sent some kind of legal cease and desist email to one of her other friends that's not on the show and CC'd Andrea and what's the blonde one's name?
Janet.
Janet, yes. And they're upset about that.
Well, here's
the
problem.
CC'd.
They don't understand that they were given the heads up to stop talking about it too. If that girl tries to talk, they could say you're not allowed to talk about that. But they are claiming we were legally served and all this crap. It's just ridiculous. I mean, look, the amount of towels that you mess up in, I'm guaranteeing you that you would mess up in Eric's house or my house, and you are late all the fucking time. Eric and I are not ganging up on you, and we're just not. It's over the top and ridiculous, and I just don't understand why they are being this ridiculous. Also, the ladies of Melbourne have this really, especially the psychic chick. What's the psychic one called?
Oh God, psychic my ass. But anyway, yeah, the rock and roll. How come I can't remember any of the names? I've had like a lobotomy.
She's married to the guy from Silverchair, who she claims looks like Johnny Depp, but he doesn't. When she's talking in the diary room, in the cutaway sections, like the talking head, she's always like, and I'm like, stop! And it's all the girls.
Jackie, is it Jackie? Is it Jackie?
Yeah, I think so. I think it might be Jackie. It might be Jackie, and all of the ladies have to learn how to talk normally, because especially Lydia as well. Lydia is so. She sounds completely different, like a different human being, almost like it's a doppelganger of her in the cutaway talking heads, and that bugs the shit out of me. I cannot deal with those women. Just cut out those segments completely. We really don't care what you think. We just want to watch the show.
Exactly.
But Andrea is a whack job. Nutcase.
Andrea does not live in the real world, okay?
Yeah.
And the real world, you know, United States, Australia, UK, she doesn't. She's
No.
absolutely delusional. Last, you know, episode when she's sitting down with the publisher and she's describing her book and the publisher's looking at her like, nobody's going to buy this book because no one can identify with you. And then in her side-off interview says, well, the meeting with the publisher went really well. It's like, no, it didn't, actually.
I said the exactly same thing. I was like, that did not go well. And then she says, like, no, publish. I was like, and when she was saying about, you know, I want to be able to say to the common women of Australia who don't have what I have, that they can do it too. Barf. I don't want to buy her boots. I don't think she should be allowed.
Well, do you have maids and everything? And because I think you have to have maids, a bunch of maids and servants to be able to do her book, right?
I think the worst line I have ever heard on any reality show came from Real Housewives of Melbourne this episode, when Lydia is telling her house friend, not housekeeper, she's more like my friend, and she's snapping fingers and saying, oh, come on. And I'm like, did she pay all of her friends to hang out with her? Because no one would take that shit. It was appalling. A house friend. I was like, you are so pretentious and so full of shit. And obviously married for money. And those stepsons of hers are always rolling their eyes like she's a money-grubbing bitch.
It's just, you know, and then, okay, then there's Lydia, who is absolutely brainless. She's an absolute. Mm-hmm. She is. I thought Andrea was bad until I met Lydia. And Lydia, talking with her maid, oh, I was just walking down the street and I saw her and I offered her employment and she's a beautiful person. She's not my housemate, she's my house friend.
Yeah, who has a fucking house friend? That is the one that I hate. I've never heard anybody so absolutely conceited in my entire life as that. And she thinks she looks like Catherine Zeta-Jones and she's always buying knickers and bras and I don't understand it. I'm like, what are you trying to prove? And then she talks like this in the talking heads, and it's just appalling. And I'm like, then you're talking shit to people, like literally talking crap to people, to their face. And of course, now of course I'm not brainless. I have 200 hours in the co-pilot seat. I'm like, I have 200 hours in the co-pilot seat. It's called sitting beside my fucking father. I didn't fly the plane, he did it. It's only I'm like, duh.
I have 40-plus years with my feet on the ground, okay? I know bullshit when I see it. Now, Glammy, you're European. I mean, she's sitting here walking around saying, everything's beautiful. Oh, this cup is beautiful. Oh, the beautiful tea that I'm drinking, the beautiful, beautiful. Is that common in the Europes?
Well, she claims she's very European. Actually, quite a few of them claim to be very European. And I don't know what part of Europe they're going to, because I haven't come across this. And it's just like, where are you going? You know?
I snorted in my tea.
Are they going to Euro Disney? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I have no idea where they're going.
No, I don't understand.
We don't act like that. And we're not doing this, oh, this is the most beautiful cup, and the most beautiful cup of tea I've ever had. Bullshit. And
the beautiful cheeses. Look at the beautiful cheeses.
The thing that really pissed me off about Jackie and her tequila line is when her husband was saying, like, $250,000 is a lot of money to be spending on something that may not work. She flips out and says, don't put negative energy into the atmosphere. It will fail. And he goes, but what happens if it fails? And she says, well, you better sell more records then. I was like, what? Talk about, she's another delusional nutcase. And apparently, the Australians love her. She's the fan favorite.
Yeah, is she really?
Yes, I like, is it Chica?
Well,
China,
I love,
or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Chica. thick neck.
Mm. Yes. But she is delicious. She's fabulous. I love her. She's such a sweet lady. She's a sweet lady.
She's authentic. I think that's like her, right? We see her business. She's successful. She can cater. She can cook. You know,
Absolutely.
We see all these aspects. She's actually authentic. But going back to Jackie being the psychic, now, you know, we've got lots of psychics here in America. We've got Teresa from Long Island, who can walk into, like, stand in line at a grocery store without giving up psychic prediction. I've never seen Jackie give a psychic prediction. All I hear her say is, the angels are around, the angels are around. And then anyone who says, oh, I didn't know that Gina would be here, and then she'll jump in, oh, I did because I'm a psychic. But she never said it before Gina did. All of her predictions are kept to herself. And another thing, too, is she knew that this launch with the alcohol is going to be successful because she's psychic. But
and
then, of course, like you said,
her.
and her angels told her, but then she says, well, you need to sell more records. It's like, well, what is it? Are you losing a little hope in your prediction? And I love the fact that they're having a launch party for a product that's not even going to be there.
I was like, well, wait a minute. What is the liquor going to be? They haven't even decided on a name. They haven't decided on the box. They haven't decided on what liquor's going in the bottle. They haven't decided on the bottle. And it's 2 weeks away, and they just don't understand. I mean,
launching
I'm like,
something without the product.
I think they have lots of empty boxes around and say, this is... Remember there was a show. It was She by Sheree. She had the pictures on the walls because she had no clothes. Remember?
That's right. Everyone got to look at the sketches, and there was an empty runway, right?
There was nothing there. And Nene was like,
oh my God, that's so...
what the fuck is this? Where are the clothes? It was sketches on the walls, and everybody was drinking champagne and telling her pretty pictures. And of course, have we ever seen She by Sheree? No.
No. Or her house is being built, I guess.
Well, I have seen the picture. It's still being built very slowly. I believe she might be doing it herself. You know, it's kind of like me getting my husband to finish the patio one brick at a time. You know, you got to. She's probably going to Home Depot and buy 3 planks of wood, and then a few nails, and then she's like, "There's a part of a wall up." You know, that's all it is for this week. But no, right. I don't know anything about Sheree. I wish she would be back on Atlanta. Actually, I miss her on the show. There's something missing from Atlanta, and I don't know if these 2 new people that are coming in are going to do it.
I have to say, I actually miss Sheree too. I love the fact that she can take on Nene with her word. She was talking about her mess. When she was talking about her messed up missing teeth, I was dying.
I remember which one threw the shade of, honey, your cars have been really possessed. Like, wasn't that Sheree too? Nene as well.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God.
That Sheree can throw it down.
Sense with Sheree. I mean, she would just go rah, 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 and you're like, what did she say? And half the time, you don't know what it means at all. But she's brilliant, and she was funny, and you know the whole dynamic of Kim Zolciak with Sheree and Nene, they've not ever got that back. I don't really like Phaedra. I don't want to know about Phaedra's financial, problems or, problems with her husband. And I want to see fun stuff. The girls on Atlanta were hilarious. And that was something I loved about it.
Well, I think... Go ahead.
What? No, you go.
No, I think this season's going to be really good. I'll give you a face. I think this season of Atlanta is going to be really good because, Apollo was sentenced and has checked himself in prison.
Well, did you hear that the Bravo cameras were rolling when he didn't turn up to check in, and he turned up at Phaedra's house, and they filmed the whole goddamn thing of him grabbing shit and screaming at her, and he wasn't supposed to be there. He was supposed to be in prison. I was like, what is going on? Hold on a sec. I've got somebody here on.
Can't wait for Atlanta. All right, let's get back to Melbourne. We can start wrapping that up. Janet, she's a ding-dong, and she looks like one of those women that, she sits there and has the personal shoppers and everything, drinking constant champagne.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But doesn't buy anything. I never doesn't buy anything. Doesn't buy anything, and she just looks like a cougar that's just screwing young guys. There's not a whole.
that body is to die for. The body she has got. She's like 56 years old or something. She's got the body like just unbelievable. But when she turns up in a leather outfit to confront Gina. And Gina's like, well, that's great. Our friendship's over. I'm sorry. Our friendship's over. I don't want to talk to you. I mean, Gina's just so above them, literally, because she is intelligent. She's educated. She's an attorney. That's what she does. She doesn't take any crap from people. And
She's a barrister. It's a barrister, Glammy.
Yeah, it's a
barrister.
That's what they call them in England too. Barristers.
Do they wear the white wigs too?
Yep. The wigs and the robes, and I just wonder how awful the wig looks on Gina. I mean, I don't know if there's a big enough wig for her head with the hair like this. And okay, we got to discuss the green eyeliner that she puts on under here. Halfway, and then finishes it off with black. What is that? What drag queen move is that?
I love that.
What is it supposed to emphasize? What is it supposed to emphasize? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I mean, yes, it's a little bit too much makeup, all the lip liner and everything, but you know what? I love her. She's no nonsense. She asked Canada a question, and she's like, you know what? The friendship's like.
But it wasn't over. Did we lose you?
Well, I've had it done to me, Curto, for dumb shit. Just kidding. No, I haven't. But no, it would tick me off too, and I wouldn't feel I needed to explain myself.
Something's happening to your screen. What happened? You froze.
It's you. Your connection sucks.
Well, mine was my bit in the bottom corner was still going. So
you're like doing the robot.
I am. So are you. Yeah. That's not good. That means both Google again.
I do.
Well, so okay, what did they do on Melbourne? They went to a few parties. They drank too much, and they bitched about each other's shoes on the tennis court. And of course, the big argument was with Gina. Andrea's problem was not the fact that she wore heels; it was the fact that she wore heels on her $40,000 grass, fake grass, by the way. So that was it. That's all that's happened, really. I mean, what's next week? There's another fight. Somebody else gets pissed. So now on to New Jersey.
Oh my gosh! So Jacqueline was back.
Why? Okay, explain to me why they stuck Kathy and Jacqueline in the middle of an episode where it didn't fit into the show. It made no sense. I was like, why are they there?
We're catching up with them, Glammy. We're catching up with them.
They're not part of the show.
Didn't we need an update though? I thought we needed an update. No, we don't need updates.
And did you notice something else? When they did the aerial shot of Jacqueline's house, there was no snow anywhere. So obviously it was filmed way later. Because it was
Oh my God, Glammy, good observation. You're right.
Oh, you didn't see my first observation of within 3 minutes of watching Real Housewives of Melbourne. Lydia was walking down the street with a Louis Vuitton handbag, and I screen capped it, and she entered the restaurant with an Hermes. I was like, 3 minutes in! And I posted it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Bravo, editing, Australia is bad as America. But yes, there was no snow on the ground, and they weren't dressed for winter.
Well, the thing, too, is they went to see Kathy's house, and there was no snow.
No snow anywhere.
I didn't, because I was watching, the Boca Raton. Of course, there's no snow there. I didn't even think about it. Your observation was spot on.
So they filmed that later to fill in a gap of whatever.
Yeah.
But they made it sound like it was, obviously it was filmed way after. And if you think about it, when did Teresa plead guilty? It wasn't when she came out of court. There was a little snow on the ground. But then, Jacqueline had this, I mean, how embarrassing. The first time she sends this novel of a text message and doesn't get the response apart from, well, she doesn't get the response at all. So then she does it again. And even Kathy's cringing like, oh my God. And then it was like, thank you.
Glammy, I'm thinking about you and your family, and I hope you guys are doing okay.
And then does the talking head of, it's such a shame she's going to be labeled a convicted felon forever. It's like, fuck her off, Jacqueline. And I'm wondering why, I mean, poor Kathy was trying to justify the fact that they were building this, 25,000 square foot mansion for her and her husband, and it was planned to do the recession, and they've been because they want. I mean, Victoria doesn't even fucking live in the house, and Victoria's getting her own suite, you know, West Wing, and the other kids is probably getting a West, you know, the East Wing, and they'll live in the center. They're going to live in 2 rooms of that house, 2 rooms, just like Joe Giudice said. They live in 2 of the rooms. The rest of the house they don't use. You know, why do you need these houses unless you've got the entire Lorita clan living there? You know, you don't need 25 bedrooms.
You just all your names mixed up. You mean the Giudices.
Well,
you don't need the whole Giudice clan.
Well, the Loritas were supposedly living together. That's what Jacqueline was saying. The Loritas were all living together with the Manzos when they all got married, and they had a great time.
Yes.
Well, now they're down to 1s and 2s, but now they need 25,000 square feet. It doesn't make any sense. Get the Walikis to move in with the Loritas and the Giudices, all move in together. You know, fuck them. It's ridiculous. Pretentious bullshit.
Well, I loved watching Teresa shop for houses.
Oh my God. Did you love the cutaway where they said, "Oh, I'll never live in somebody else's house. That's just nasty." I was like, oh.
Oh, I remember that season. And, you know, we're looking at the master bedroom. We're looking at the master bedroom in her face, and I'm just like thinking, my whole condo could fit in the master bedroom.
I was like,
really?
The bathroom is the size of my goddamn living room. What is wrong with you? You know, and
I love the hanging urinal. What's that? Like, what's that?
Oh,
it's a urinal.
Yes, and the bidet. And she wanted to show, is it Gia? Was it Gia was with her? Wanted to show Gia how it worked. I was like, please do not sit on the goddamn thing. And, you know, it's very strange because they've just put their house up for sale now. And this was filmed how many months ago? So they were obviously planning to put the house up for sale. But she goes to court again on October 2nd, I believe. Mm-hmm. It was delayed because of, unfortunately, God, that Frank died. I couldn't believe that Joe's father had a heart attack. That was awful. But
awful. Yeah.
And it got delayed. I couldn't believe the delay. I mean, wow, it was such a big delay. And is it going to be delayed again on 2nd of October? And I don't know. I mean, you've got to... I can't understand how he fell for it to do all that stuff that he's been accused of. Because when we were getting mortgages and stuff, that sort of crap was pushed on us by people that we would not actually deal with. We were like, we're not dealing with you because it doesn't sound legal or ethical. And then we went to a, you know, I'm not going to name names, but it was a rather big mortgage company that you could go online and blah, blah, blah. And these people would call you and give you ridiculous quotes for mortgages. And I was like, it doesn't make sense. Oh, you can just make up your income. No, you can't just make up your income. But I think Joe is not very... No, but I don't think Joe's very smart. And he fell for that shit. And he had friends and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he couldn't do it alone. So, I mean, I'm sure there's people in the background that are not on the show, of course, that are under these same kind of indictments or have already been indicted and sentenced
cut a deal.
And in prison. And cut a deal. Exactly.
You know, and, you know, did they... I mean, I feel really sorry for Joe when he says things like, but I paid every penny back. That's not the point. You're not getting charged with theft. It's mortgage fraud.
Hey, I stole the car, but I eventually brought it back.
I put it back in the driveway after I used it for a month or two. It doesn't. So I kind of feel
a couple of years.
I don't feel sorry for him. You know, he shouldn't have been that stupid. But when you surround yourself around, I mean, I'll tell you, in my area, we did not know the person, but the person that was the, you know, when you go to the closing place and you all sign the pieces of paper when you know, the buyer and seller and the attorneys are there. What's that person called?
The
title company. She was in jail for 5 years for mortgage fraud after we bought our house. Nothing to do with us. But there was this huge conspiracy in this area. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. It was on the front page of the newspaper. I went, I recognize that title company.
Honey, it's everywhere. I was going to buy, I saw a convertible Audi that I liked, and I was going to go to the dealership and look at it, and I decided to go online and look at reviews. One of the reviews said, my husband bought a car from this place, and when he drove off, he was pulled over by the police because the car was stolen.
Jesus Christ.
There is fraud everywhere, girl.
Oh, dear, dear. That's just so fun. I mean, I don't understand how people can commit fraud. I don't understand the logic. I mean, are you either really stupid or really, really intelligent to get away with it? I couldn't do it. You know, a couple of weeks ago, my husband went to our favorite restaurant, and he handed a $100 bill to we were taking out. And the waiter went and got the change. And when Doug got home, he pulled into the driveway, and he opened the envelope that the money had been put in his change. The guy had, instead of putting the $30 in there, had left $100 in there plus the 30. So Doug drove back to the restaurant because he knew the server was going to get hit for losing $130. And he went in and he gave it to the chef and said, look, there was a mistake. I can't keep this money. And the chef was like, listen, you're unreal, because a lot of people would have just kept on going. And I was like, how could you take somebody else's money? It was a mistake by the kid. He made a mistake. He didn't take the $100 out.
Right.
And Doug had actually handed him a $20 bill as a tip, so that was our change. But he gave us all of it back. And we just went back to the restaurant on Saturday, and they remembered us, and they said thank you, and they gave us free dessert. The waiter was like, you saved my ass, because that $130 is like 2 nights, pay for me. And I was like, so it's really strange to me when I hear people committing dodgy things. It doesn't settle well with me.
It's bottom line. Live within your means. It'll give you less stress. There's other things in this world that are going to cause you stress. Don't let that be one of them. Just live among your means. Work really hard, period. You don't have to show off anything. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses, okay?
Or the Jetsons or whoever. I mean?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you have what you have, and you don't have what you don't have, It's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, back to New Jersey. They went on vacation to Florida, and all hell's going to break loose next week.
Oh, I'm so excited for all hell breaking loose.
I felt bad for Dina, because Dina Dina didn't want to say anything. Well, first of all, I understand what Teresa was trying to do. In case Amber yaps, Dina would know that it was all lies and could say that's a complete and utter lie, because I know. But Dina was so guilt-ridden by hearing all the conversations that she attempted to brace the girls. But I think she's going to get blamed for being a shit stirrer.
Oh, absolutely.
And
well, I understand what Dina's trying to do, but,
these women are from New Jersey.
The twins, I love them, but man, they're a lot. They're a lot to watch. I can't imagine sitting in front of them going, whoa, oh my goodness. I know Dina is trying to do the good thing. I know she doesn't like drama. I know she doesn't like public drama, which is one of the reasons why she left after mid-second season. Exactly. But, as we saw from the previews, man, Amber's husband is a freaking nut job.
Well, did you hear when she gets the phone call? Dina gets the phone call, and she's like, hello. And Amber's like, it's me. I've got the all clear, and we're coming to Florida. And Dina's like, oh, you are?
Why?
And then she's like,
I thought this was a girls' trip.
Oh, yes? I mean, she looked so absolutely just weirded out by it. And it's like, why, first of all, is Amber calling Dina to let her know? I didn't think Amber and Dina were close. I had no idea.
I didn't either.
Well, obviously.
But if you look at everyone else, that was there, I mean, Amber's not going to call the twins. She's not going to call Melissa, so I guess Dina's the only one left. I don't know why the husband was coming. I thought this was a girls' trip.
I think the boys are supposed to turn up after 2 days, so the girls get a couple of days alone, and then the boys come. But I think that other boy, Jim, is that his name? Amber's husband is Jim?
Yes.
He just decides to turn up whenever the hell he wants, and he's reminding me of another husband. Who was the husband? Oh, Alex Bellino's husband. Wouldn't let her go anywhere without him. Remember, he would turn up. Another Jim.
Another Jim.
Maybe it's in the name. It's just there's always that odd husband that just doesn't settle well with anyone. In Atlanta, it's pure
just
Tom.
watching. Now, going back to all the mortgage fraud and everything, or just mortgage, you know, seeing this guy, the way he's acting, threatening how he can make people's lives hell and by suing them and doing this, I mean,
He's he's using a power to hurt people. He's in a position of authority, and he's using it to harm people, and it's not supposed to happen. And I think maybe his boss will see this and go, you're fired, because you can't threaten people with just because you don't get along with them that he's going to start making up shit about you.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's almost like, that he's going to start. It's like working for the IRS and saying to your neighbors, if you don't turn the music down, I'm going to start an investigation on you. You know, you're threatening people. You're using your position of authority to mess with other people, and I don't like that either. So he's a no-no. And I told you last week, every time I tweet about Real Housewives of New Jersey, he answers me. Oh, why? I don't follow you. You don't follow me. Stop it, you creepy, creepy man. It's very odd. But yeah, and somebody that's about all that happened. And why did Teresa not go on the trip? Did the court say no, or did she really want to spend family time?
I think she wanted to spend family time. I mean, it's, how can you sit there and try to enjoy yourself with all of that hanging over your head? You know what I mean? It's
that's like being on death row and refusing the final meal of lobster and steak. Why would you not go out for a last hurrah? You know, she should just go. I was thinking that the judge said no, it's not it's not really work related. It's the show, but you don't need to go. So
yeah.
But anyway, that's all that happened on that goddamn show.
Well, the rumor's out there too that Teresa is going to get home arrest.
I know.
And they're trying to work out the deal for her to still film next season, but she's going to be locked in her house.
Well, every season, every argument and dinner party will be held at Teresa's. She'll be like the Carolyn Manzo with to her house to discuss the other ladies. She'll have the clothing people. Yeah, on the phone.
It'll be FaceTime. Hey, I'm here. Oh my God, she said what?
Yeah, exactly. So it will be interesting to see how it works. But maybe she'll get house arrest, but she'll be allowed out to go to work, because that does happen. You are allowed to house arrest without
Well, it would be funny too, like if they just had like a tablet and they could just like have her video call in and she could just be at dinner. Oh yeah, Teresa's here. Hi, Teresa.
Well,
oh, good, you made it.
Wouldn't it be funny if you had like the hologram, like Princess Leia, of her in the episode?
Like with R2-D2, I mean, like, or like the Tupac with the like.
Yes, exactly.
Coachella kind of thing.
The Michael Jackson ones. They were just like superimpose her in as a hologram, and you know.
Oh my God!
It would be hilarious.
I love that idea. I love it.
I just don't think Bravo's got a big enough budget for that. So maybe it'll just be the same scene over and over all the entire season. But let's talk. Well, there's nothing else to talk about that. But so let's talk about Big Brother.
Let's talk about Big Brother.
Season finale.
This is it tonight.
I'm like, yay, but I'm like, oh. At the same time, I want to see the jury. I don't give a shit about the final three. Merlin is going to win it, hands down. He's got this in the bag. That is Derek, by the way. I've been calling him Merlin all summer because he's like...
Ooh, Team Victoria!
No! What? Team Victoria for sitting there painting her freaking nails and thinking she's at summer camp? No.
Hey, that's the Warrior Princess. You're talking
excuse
about
me, I'm going to go on Big Brother next year and do my nails the entire season and go, what? You want me to vote out who? Okay. And just do my nails.
You and I should do Big Brother, and it could do like a blood versus water, and you and I could just be that.
And I would slit your throat day one. I'd be like, get him out of here. Evict him. He's a gossip.
I'd be like, Glammy, spammy, get her out.
I'd be like, do you know this guy's name is Comedy Jonah on Twitter? He's like really famous. He is a social media mogul.
I have 1,000 true followers. No eggs in my basket.
Oh, that is another scandal. Oh my Lord! Tell the viewers.
Right?
Tell what's going on. Frankie to 1 million followers, and how is that happening? Somebody's buying him followers. They're all Russian eggs.
Allegedly.
Well, how many Russian eggs do you want are going to start following you? I mean, for goodness sake, even Amber, who was on this season, was like, dude, come on. Whoever's doing this, stop. Let's do it the right way. I mean, how many millions or how many hundreds of thousands of eggs, and do those eggs disappear when they stop paying? What is it, $1,300 a herd? So, I'm not sure. You froze up again. Oh, plucking her eyebrows, I hear. I hear she's also likes to pluck her eyebrows. I forgot about Victoria's eyebrow plucking. Sorry. You keep freezing up. Did I freeze up?
And that's what Dana, that's what it is. And don't forget plucking her eyebrows.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Did I just freeze up there, or was it just you?
Nope, you froze on my side too.
Oh, so this is Google Hangouts again. Very, very sorry. But yes, Dana did say, you know, sitting around on her arse and plucking her eyebrows. I'm surprised she has any eyebrows left. You know, because she plucks them so much. She's like this.
Persian. They have tons of eyebrows. What do you mean? She could have got another 90. She could have got another 90 days.
She's not Persian. She's Israeli. Wrong area.
Whatever. Middle Eastern
Comedy
descent.
Jonah has 1,005 followers now. I've just been told. You don't have 1,000 followers. You have 1,005 as of right now. I was just told.
Well, 1,000 plus. 1,000 plus.
How many do I have?
Nobody's.
I have
no eggs in my basket.
I don't have any eggs either. I have 3,835 right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know.
So this is the thing that I don't understand. Like, you know, okay, I've had my Twitter account for a while. I wasn't really big with Twitter until I started doing stuff with Your Reality Recaps. And as, you know, I'm learning about tweeting and this and that, why would you have fake followers? I mean, isn't the whole point of getting the message out there to, like, real people so that it starts to kind of trend and all of that good stuff? If you've got I
don't know how many fake followers Frankie had prior to going in the house. See, I'd love to have actually been able to see how many of the 400,000 people were real.
Yeah.
Because I think he used that, to push. Well, obviously it was Justin Bieber's manager that pushed him into the show, but I think he used that, to be able to say he's a social media mogul. I don't know how to buy Twitter followers. I know other people have bought Twitter followers. Housewives suddenly go up 30, 50,000 in one day because they bought Twitter followers. It's to make themselves look good and to make themselves feel good. That's what I think it is.
It doesn't make any sense. Because even if you're, like, hired to, like, do a show or something and people are under the expectation that you've got all these followers and you're going to bring all of these viewers in, and then you don't. Or it's someone who has a ton of followers. You don't know if they're fake, but every time they tweet, they only get, like, a couple likes or a one retweet, and they've got over 250,000 followers.
Here's another thing, though. If you see somebody that is following a very small amount of people and they have 400,000 followers, you immediately think, well, that must be somebody good to follow. You'll follow them. So they gain real followers because of their fake followers. And it's all just I've heard most of the housewives do it. Like Jacqueline Loretta, for example.
I've heard a lot of the Big Brother people do it.
I think that's true, but I'll tell you.
I don't know, just allegedly.
I've actually, I'm not going to name her, but yes, one of the ones that I've seen has got tons of European, weird-looking Czechoslovakian names and stuff with eggs. But one house guest that is not doing that is Zach Rance, because he hasn't had a chance to, and he has about 500,000 between Instagram and Twitter now, just because people love him. I didn't even have an Instagram account. I got one, and I'm following Zach on Instagram. And I hope he wins America's Player. It's doubtful because, well, Frankie Grande. Oh, can't even say his name without gagging. Who is one disturbed boy. He's probably going to win it because 12-year-old little girls in Massachusetts to L.A. are going to vote for him because Ariana Grande, or his sister. Did you know he had a sister who's a Mickey Mouse? I think she was Mickey Mouse ears or something. Very strange. Has nude. Somebody's just sent me a link to her nude photographs. By the way, I'm terrified to open it. I did see Kim Kardashian's naked pics.
I know. I heard Kim's the latest too.
All
right, Glammy. What are some of your final thoughts?
Well, I think Derek is going to win the final game. I think he's going to win the 500,000, regardless if he takes it.
There's only 3 left.
Yeah, well, I think
Derek's going to win.
Cody or Victoria.
Yeah.
He could take either of them and win.
Right.
Dr. Will was in the jury.
Mm-hmm.
The jury house talking, which basically is going to sway them to realize that Derek was the fucking genius.
Yeah.
I don't care who comes in second. I would, and if Derek wins, he wins an extra 50 grand on top of everything else he's won this summer, because Team America, he will probably win the most money of any Big Brother House guest ever in one season.
Totally agree with you.
So I think Derek will win. I can't wait for the jury to find out he's a cop. I can't also wait for the jury to find out at Team America. And Zach's mom just tweeted out that she's on her way to LA this morning. She tweeted out that her and the family are on the way to hug their son and say that they're really proud of him. That, to me, I don't know if they paid for it or a CBS flew them out, which would be odd, unless, of course, they won America's Player. So
true. We're going to learn so much from the episode tonight. And, of course, we're going to be live tweeting it. Both of us are. Yeah. We're also doing a show at 7 p.m. Eastern, a Big Brother show. So everyone tune in for that. Please do. And, oh my gosh, just another exciting season. All right, guys, just a friendly reminder, next Wednesday I have another dentist appointment, so we will not be at our regular time. Follow us on Twitter or on Facebook. You can follow me at Comedy Jonah, follow Glammy at Princess Glammy for our new time and day for next week. Don't forget again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, thumbs up our videos, it helps us out a lot. And of course, look at all of our content at yourrealityrecaps.com. Glammy, always so much fun to hang out with you.
I know, we had so much to talk about today, and we didn't do this disclaimer about not safe for work and all that crap that we forgot again. Yeah. Eric's going to be pissed, and sorry, Eric. But one last question before we go. You guys are going to be interviewing the house guests in the coming weeks on your reality recaps, correct?
We are, yes.
Yes, so that's something else to tune in for. It just doesn't end tonight. So there will be more to come with you guys. And I will be in the chat room as soon as you interview Zach, because I cannot wait to ask Zach questions.
Awesome. All right, guys, till next week for me and Glammy. But again, stay tuned for our recap show.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Because you have to do the dentist.
That's right. But tune into our Big Brother recap in 7 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours. It'll be over in 7 hours, idiot.
All right. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.